The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
I ain't drunk, I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come on now,
time.
you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids! Happy hump day night, Wednesday night. What a beautiful freaking cold in Midwest Ohio. It's terrible. But anyway, I am back. I am here. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. One of the things, first and foremost, I want to do a review. I want to start this off. Camera's out of whack. I want to start this off with my my Joshua Bardwell Signature Series tape that I got. Very, very cool. Check this shit out. Joshua Bardwell Signature Series ESC holder. Okay, did you see this? And I love how they did this because it's really stretchy and gooey, so it's very realistic. And they only did it on the top layer and initials on the side, so it works out really, really well. Hang on. Let me grab... well, shit. Alright, let me grab an ESC here. Yeah, this will be cool. We're going to make sure, we're going to do a review, and we're going to make sure this works. And I'm going to do this just like Josh would do, because as we know, and as he'll tell you, he's our mentor. So I got the prototype Bardwell Signature Series frame. Only has 3 arms, because he's working on the other one. But this is just a review and a test. So there's an ESC, a little 30 amp thing. And we're going to take some Joshua Bardwell Signature Series tape. We're going to see if this works. Anyway, while I'm doing that, we're going to make sure it's sticky and all that good stuff. Look at it. That is fucking badass. So anyway, let's make sure it works. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming up. It's colder than shit here in the, in frozen tundra, Ohio. And I'm doing this just like Josh would do. Yeah. I'm going to Florida next week for work, and I'm not really overly impressed with that, but, it's work. It pays the bills. That way I don't have to join Patreon or nothing like that. Anyway, lots of really cool builds coming up. And I'm going to try and do some of them on video. Mrs. RotoGeek is doing her build very soon. What else is going on? My brother Lincoln David, he is doing 4 frames for me, one of which is Mrs. RotoGeek. So those are coming up soon in a couple weeks. Yeah, just fucking awesome. We got some really great stuff. Patriot Blades is going really well. The page is almost done, and the auctions will start soon for our charity builds, which a lot of crazy stuff that you guys see me do, that is the gallery builds and the photos that my wife does, those are going to be auctioned off for charity, so I'm pretty excited about that. And this, I have to say, oh shit, yeah, that must be a bug in the Bardwell stuff. There we go. Yeah, just like Josh does. Look at that shit. That is not coming off. Josh, bless you, brother. You're going to make some money off that, which I know is what the goal is. That's fucking badass. Anyway, just a rant, just having fun. I have not hit the whiskey. Anyway, yeah, what's going on? Just absolutely great stuff. One of the builds that I'm doing, hang on, that is going to be the first gallery sale for the charity on Patriot Blades is this guy. This is a preview. You guys get to see a preview. They're not bolted down, obviously. These are not the props that are going on this. This was just for my own looks here. But yeah, we all know what that is. Bam! This was donated by my brother Trevor in Nebraska. God help you, brother. He is a vet. Great guy, love him dearly. He donated the frame, the ESCs, and the motors, and I said, you do that, I will donate the rest, and we're going to donate 100% of everything this sells for to charity, whereas it usually doesn't work that way. But he's like, I want you to just donate the whole thing. And it's like, fine, you do that. Bam, I'll do the other half. So I put in the camera, the flight controller. I'm doing the build, obviously, and I'm doing the VTX. And it's turning out, I have to wire it up yet, but other than that, well, the ESC's wired up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's wired up. Turning out gorgeous, and that's going to be really cool. And I want this, my brother Trevor, I want this to be the very first gallery sale that we do on Patriot Blades. Very, very cool. And I will be announcing when those charity auctions start, so everybody knows what's going on with that. And he also sent me, he's a vet. How cool is this? My buddies always send me weird stuff. This is awesome. This is a rocket motor pin. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these before. Think of a grenade. It's like this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trev, you pull this out, bam, that thing's armed, if you will, or live. So once it's ready to rock and roll, bam, bad things are going to happen to you guys that we need to kill. Very, very awesome. I'm going to put this up on my flag box that Zebra, the flag that my brother Zebra got for me. What else? What else is going on? Did you guys, I'm not gonna talk about quads the whole time. You know, there's a lot of stuff coming up, motors and frames, and I just set up Jadina and did some cool stuff with that, and I got Mocha stuff coming, because Mocha's coming out with some new frames. I got some Tamaquad stuff coming. I've got 7 builds coming up that I'm going to definitely do build overviews with on the channel. I don't know if they're going to be build videos per se, but they're going to be very fucking cool. Those of you pinko bleeding heart liberals that swear to God the dolphins are fucking dying and we're having global warming, y'all need to like come to America or open your fucking eyes, because right now it's like 5 degrees outside. And it's snowing in Florida. It's snowing in Louisiana. My brother's down there. North Carolina shut down. It's getting really fucking hot. Anybody with any brain at all that has researched history will understand that there is a cyclic redundancy to the weather patterns of the planet, and only an egotistical mind would assume that humanity can destroy a planet. But anyway, just want to throw that in there. Did you guys see those fucking dumbasses out in California that had like 13 kids chained to their beds? I mean, they were the mother and father, well, if you want to call them, I use that term very, very fucking loosely. They had 13 kids from 29 to, correct me if I'm wrong, to 8 or whatever it was. And these poor little babies were chained to a bed and they were tortured. You know, it's just like, really? Again, to the bleeding heart libs, I will personally volunteer to execute people. I am a firm believer in capital punishment. I just am. You know, and I know this is just a rant. I'm not talking about quads. I'm just ranting because it's been a while and I need to rant. But it's like, here's a good example. I have a good friend of mine that I worked with, a customer of mine, and he's a big gun fanatic, and I'm not a gun fanatic. I've got a couple, but I'm not like one of these gun guys, you know. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. My thing's motorcycles, guitars, and quads, and my wife and kids, and some people are into guns and whatever. That's cool. I'm as right-wing as they come. Fucking blow them away, man. As soon as they make it legal to shoot people, bam, I'm getting 30 guns, man, because I got a list that fucking long. But anyhow, my buddy that's a gun guy, and he's an ex-cop, and I love him dearly. He's an ex-cop, and he's a gun club president and all this other crap. You know, he knows a lot more about stuff than I do. We were talking about, he's a right-winger like me, and he's like, yeah, guns this, guns that. And he asked this woman came after him. I don't know if it was a friend of his or what, but she's like, oh, guns are bad and guns are this. And he goes, okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to put that gun on the kitchen table, and then I'm going to have a guy come in and start raping your child. Are you going to pick up that gun and blow that fucking guy away? And she goes, well, yeah. He goes, then you're not against guns. I think that's words of wisdom. I think it's brilliant, because it's like, okay, some dude comes in, there's a gun on your table, and he starts beating the shit out of your wife and kids, and you're not going to pick up that gun and blow him away. You're fucking lying to yourself and to us. And if you truly wouldn't pick that gun up and blow them away, and you're going to try to be all diplomatic about it, then you should be shot with your gun. But anyway, getting back to the point, these fucking freaks in California, they had their babies chained up and all this other stuff. I'm a firm believer in eye for an eye. I just am. It's like, you know what? If you rape somebody, you need to be raped and tortured and killed. if you mess with a kid and you ruin a kid's life, same fucking thing. And these people, you know, they're obviously guilty. And they're gonna, you know, we're gonna pay tax dollars for however many years and all that. It's just makes me fucking sick. I will personally volunteer to the United States government. I will be the trigger man. I have no problem. I could shoot a child molester without even blinking and go eat a sandwich. It would not bother me a fucking bit. Just drives me. Just, what is this fucking world coming to? I don't know. Anyway, that's my rant on that. But those look at that story up in California. It's just absolutely fucking phenomenal how terrifying that the human race can be. But anyhow, so that's really about it. Like I said, going to be in Tampa next week. I'm going to try and get a couple more builds or build overviews and things like that on the channel this week. I'm going to try to do that. We'll see how the Bardwell tape holds up. I think I probably went a little fast on the Bardwell tape. I think it takes him 2 hours to do that, and I really sped through it. So, you know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see, if I can help out with anything, if you want to see soldering tips or Betaflight tips or whatever. I mean, I think Bardwell actually knows Betaflight stuff really well. Excuse me. I think that's what he should stick to. He can't build to save his ass. He thinks he can solder and he can't save his ass, and, you know, whatever else. I think Betaflight, though, he's very good. So if you want to see a lot of good Betaflight stuff, maybe go over there and see him. If you can stomach it. But yeah, I mean, he is good at that, but that's pretty much how he builds. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole other topic. But so that's it. If you guys have any ideas, I'm gonna be putting out a couple more videos this week. Hang on, smoking hot wife. Bam! Sorry about that smoking hot wife interruption. I think it's funny. You know, she's an amazing human being, and she's a photographer, an amazing photographer, and she feels the need to show me pictures of our children, even though we live with them. Blows me away. It's like, you walk into my house, and it's like a museum, like an art museum. You walk in, there's these gorgeous pictures everywhere, and 90% of them are of our children. And I'll look at her once in a while on the couch and lovingly, and I say to her, I say, baby, I love you, but you know we live with these people. We know what they look like. I've said that before on here, I think, but it's funny. It just never, that's what she actually just interrupted me for. But anyway. Oh, here's something neat. Look at this. Look, that's like the Mobi M5 Bardwell special. Look at this, is what his wife left him for, I'm pretty sure. No, what this is, it took me, I've been soldering since I was 10 or so. And when I started building guitar amps when I was a kid and things like that, and then in my career, obviously. And I'm 43, so I've been soldering a really long time. But, and therein lies, you know, heat shrink and things like that. Oh, I'm going to show you another thing. I finally bought a heat gun for heat shrink tubing only. I have a heat gun that goes like to 2,000 Fahrenheit or some crazy shit. Use it for stripping paint. You don't use that for your bird. But this is like off Amazon for like 12 bucks. And it's just, you just put it on your heat shrink. Let me grab, hang on. Let's use something here. Yeah, just for fun. I'm going to show you guys this thing works. It's not stupid hot. We're going to take the socket. No, we won't take that. Fuck it. We'll take this thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Just something to hold it. And it's not super hot. It's not going to burn you. But for 13 bucks, the nice thing about this, and it is really cold out here right now, is it doesn't damage anything that you're working on. It is literally like 15 degrees out here, so, you know. Anyway, you get the idea. So I finally bought a heat shrink tubing gun heater thing. 12 bucks off, and look. Looks like shit, but you get the idea. Yeah, pretty fucking cool. The other thing I want to show you, since we're just ranting and doing nothing, check it out. This stuff is the cat's ass right here. Heat shrink kit. Adhesive lined. Now, you guys know I do a lot of crazy builds, and I have these very explicit motor wiring things that I do, whatever. But this stuff is freaking bad to the bone. And I did use it on the Merca here. See how it looks like licorice almost? This is an adhesive lined, and I'm going to put a link in the description where you can get this stuff. An adhesive lined heat shrink. It's actually got glue in the middle. And I thought, well, I'm going to try that. And it's supposed to be chemical proof and waterproof. And it does work. I've done a few birds with it. And the thing that I like about it is, like, normal heat shrink's still reasonably pliable. It's kind of like normal wiring. You know, it's like you can still bend it, whatever. This stuff, when it shrinks down, it's 3 to 1. So it's going to shrink down 3 times to 1. And it's got glue, basically, in the middle of it. And when this shit shrinks, son, look. I mean, it's like plastic. It holds shit perfectly. And you can form it any way you want. It's not cheap. This thing is 15 bucks, which I know sounds cheap. But for heat shrink, that's pretty expensive. But anyway, I love it. So far, it works. If you're doing really fine wiring, maybe not the best because it is pretty brutal. But I haven't tried to get it off of anything yet. You might have to have Bardwell talk to it to make it run away. But you get the idea. So, let's see, what else? I think that's really about it. Got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm going to try and get better about doing more videos. It's not that I've been discouraged or missing or anything else. It's just been that fucking cold out. Seriously. It's like, what was it? My phone was going nuts last night because of all the winter weather advisories. It's like -10 with wind. Really? Yeah. And I do heat up my garage. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Before I do stuff when it's that cold, because it's just like fucking brutal. I don't have the heater on right now, but I've been drinking a lot, so bam, I'm good. Yeah, so that's really the main reason I've been fucking off. It's just because I've been cold. And it's like, I ain't heating up the damn garage for 5 minutes. But either way. So I think that's really about it. Yeah, so until tomorrow, I plan on getting I got 3 really cool frames coming in this week. And I'm going to do overviews of those for you guys before I do the builds. They are gallery builds. They're going to be really crazy and really nice. But I'm going to go ahead and do overviews of them so you can see them before I fuck them all up. And yeah, you're going to love it. It's going to be pretty cool. So anyway, that was a rant. Nothing, whatever, you know. Keep shining side up. Special shout out to all my Blades boys. Love you guys. Talk soon. Bye.
Bam, JJ! Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing.